Dear friends, I welcome you to join me in a story today. A story that is titled, To Z or Not to Z. Once upon a time, there was a man praying in a sacred place. A cross could be seen on the wall, and he was kneeling down on what looked like a pillow. A man walks in and points at this cross. The other man stands up. "That's offensive," the man cries. You can then see a table with a book by this large cross. And the man who just got up says, "Why?" Puzzled as to what is going on. The man that entered must have declared something, because he then says, "You know why." And the man that was in the temple, this sacred place, this building, worrisomely carries that cross off from the space. Then returning with a different symbol altogether. He does not look happy to be carrying this. There's concern. As he places it on the wall, he says, "Better?" Questioningly asking. The man who had entered the room was thinking of something and had an idea. He declares, "Hold on, I'll be right back." "Okay," says the other man, kind of concerned. What could possibly be happening here? Well, quickly, back and forth, carrying these symbols that resembled a T. And then, "Better?" the man said. The table and the book had been thrown aside. "Almost," declared the man that had done all that change. And the other, who was there before, looking on, questioning what could be happening. With worried thoughts going through his mind, anxious nervousness, sad, they rearranged these T's, these letters, into what looks like a design. "That's it," declares the man who did everything. He rearranged the whole room. The table with the book that had been thrown aside was replaced with an altar table and candles, with a hung portrait on the wall. The T's in the shape of a symbol, not crooked to the side. "Are you sure about this?" said the man who was originally there, carrying a candle. The cross set aside, laying in what looked like garbage. It must have been sitting there for weeks because the smell was overwhelming. And fast forwarding to a time in the future, the room replaced by people. "All hail the Trump Czar," one sign says. That place is though like an altar to worship. The portrait still hanging on the wall. The T's in a design, not crooked, are there by a flag with the same symbol that looks like a very distinguishable, recognizable flag for a country that was once united. But is it united now? from this Trump czar. For sale, 50% off. Candles to purchase, to place on the altar. People in a line to purchase these candles. Hats in the distance, free hats. It just costs money with the donation. People in the same line are purchasing candles and hats. A young child hands money to a man in a little booth, and the man hands him a hat as he exchanges that in payment. What has become of this space where a cross once stood? This building has become a monument, a capital, a place of worship, excluding, but yet accepting of the wealth of all the world. And if we disagree, what bombs will explode? What fires will come? Will we have to flee? Run before it's too late? Fight? Do we not recognize that there are many states that are the size of countries that are receiving so much devastation? That if we don't take pause now, the knife that shows to protect us, maybe that stabs us in the heart and leads us to a world where we are not free. A world of people who want to rule over all the people, for the people, by the people, who are not equal, who may be unable to share their voice. But one has to ask, what future holds for these people? What will the future hold?